Well, here we are at Unraveled Gaming with Paladins of the West Kingdom. And I noticed that there was not a solo version done online. No one appears to have done a solo playthrough, so I thought I would pull out the solo board here and do a run through. I will um, touch on the solo dynamics a little bit so that we have, if you've played Paladins, you'll kind of see what the differences are. Go over the game components here, particularly focusing a little bit more on the solo pieces. And then we'll talk about basic rules, do some opening setup, and I'll do each round. I'll try to divide it into chapters so you can just kind of skip around to whichever chapter you want to see if you get tired of seeing me think through how I'm going to do a turn. So let's talk game components. All right. First, we have provisions and coins. All right, provisions, coins. Hopefully, when I get the Tomb Saga and Viscounts thing, I think I'm getting metal coins with those. So, looking forward to that. That'll be fun. We have the different types of meeples you have, and each one represents, you have kind of your basic worker. There is, I want to say these are merchants, these are priests, fighters, scoundrels, and what were these guys? Oh, actually, these are the tradesmen. These are hunters. It doesn't really matter. We usually call them green, white, blue, red, black, purple. But for the sake of theme, there you go. You have your player board. This is the normal player board you would use for any game, multiplayer or solo. And then on the player board, we have our development buildings. We have our commissions, which are basically monks we're sending out. And we have our garrisons that we build onto the board. And then you have your absolve buckets for when you absolve. Then over here, actually, we'll come to solo board last. We have our villagers, which they're going to basically give you a little something extra on your actions when you get them. We have the king's orders. We don't know. I know which two, and I'll explain that in a second. These are going to be, but I don't know which order they're coming out on. The house on here is that's how the solo automa will fortify is whenever one of these is flipped, like this one is flipped. So we will go ahead and put it over on the board there. I could have done that right away. These are the taverns. You only flip two for automa. I pick one, and then he takes the other. Then these are the king's orders. Once they start coming out, this king's favor automa card will end up going into his discard pile. And he won't get them right away, but then he can start taking king's favors once he reshuffles his deck. We have the what do you call that? The fortify. That's the when you fortify, you get those cards. If you get a debt, these are the debts on the back of the debts. If you end up flipping a debt and paying it off, you can get a victory point. Otherwise, -3 victory points for each debt you have. These are the suspicion cards. And actually, technically, this is supposed to go here. And then the discard for those goes there. These are the people at the gates of our city. And so we're either going to convert them or we're going to attack them. But at the end of every round, these two leftmost are going to disappear if they are not taken, and then everybody slides over. And in these two villagers will disappear, and everybody slides over. So that's a difference between the automa and the multiplayer is two of them disappear instead of just one. And then we'll come to the automa board. So this is the reverse side of the regular player board. So if you flip my board over, it would look like this. And so the automa has a deck that they're going to be pulling their actions from. And there's an array of, they basically do all the same things that a normal player would do, but they're going to do it in a little bit different order. And so let's go into basic rules for the automa and how that works. Try to keep my finger out of the camera here while I look at this. All right, so we have their power, faith, and influence, and they actually have to be stacked in that order for the automa because if there's ever a tie, the one on top moves forward, and the one on bottom will stay still if there's a tie for moving one. But the Automa is going to get the round number plus 3 workers. So round 1, it will start with 4 workers, and Automa workers are basically purple workers. They can go anywhere. Their Automa doesn't have to pay attention to the colors. But if they do get a purple worker, they get suspicion. The 4 they have at the beginning aren't going to generate suspicion, but I'll get into that in a little bit. So when the Automa takes an action, then you do a couple of checks, and as we play the Automa turn, we'll see it. But basically, they're going to see if they can take one of the actions on their board, which are going to be over here. It's always going to be, they don't really have the basic actions per se that a player has, but they can take all the main actions on the right side of the board, because they don't have to pay resources, so they don't need basic actions to get resources. And so they'll see if they have the workers to take that action. They will try to take it. If they can't take that action, then you immediately come over here, and the first empty space you will put a worker on. And so sometimes these are actions they can end up taking too. So if they take those actions, then those spaces can fill up, and sometimes the first empty space they can go to is the rest space, which basically ends their turn. If they can't take, like if they go to rest, then there's different things that push this across these little spots here. And whenever this comes to here and then comes back around, they will move one of these up. And so Automa quite often will get most of these up the board during the game. You usually have to score pretty well to beat the Automa. It's not terribly easy. It's pretty similar to playing another player, but there are factors that can make it a little more challenging for the Automa. Sometimes they draw cards that aren't quite as efficient or good for them. So there's a little R&D involved, and that's okay. Generally, I still think it mimics playing a player, probably more more so than most games, but I'll let you watch and you can determine if you think that's true. If the Automa would ever gain a provision or a coin, or these are coins from the tax. And so one of the things I forgot to do is up here, we have 5 coins in the tax. We don't need this. When those coins disappear, it triggers what's called an inquisition, and whoever has the most suspicion will end up getting a debt. So whenever you see a coin that's kind of this copper color, it means it has to come from the tax. So the Automa actually doesn't actually get those coins. If it comes from the tax, you would take it out of the tax and just put it into the main supply. But it does mean that it will move this over anytime it would get one of these coins. Also, if it would ever want to get rid of a suspicion or get rid of a debt or pay it and it can't, then you also get a coin out of the tax. This one doesn't cause his thing to move. It just takes a coin from the tax, meaning you're moving closer to an inquisition. This is the prey action. Whenever the Automa does the prey action, it will shuffle its discard pile into its draw pile. It will, if it cannot do that, say it's empty, so it won't do it, then it will get a worker. And actually, it always shuffles. So, sorry, what is this does something? Oh, that's what it'll first try to do is take all of its workers off of any actions that are filled and return them to the supply. That's the first thing it does. I misspoke. If it can't do that, that's when it will get a free worker if it doesn't get to take any workers off, and it will reshuffle its deck. It does not take workers off of here. Those workers always stay there. It only takes workers off of these actions over here. And then in-game scoring is pretty similar to regular scoring. Automa, if it converts, still puts people down here. Automa does not get villagers. If it ever is going over to the villager action and it ever gets rid of them, all you do is discard the villager and the Automa will get the thing in the top right. So in other words, like this is coins, these would come from the tax, so it would just discard 2 from the tax and then move its move its thing over twice. So that's the basic solo rules. I'm not going to go into great detail on the rules of the base game. If you've played Paladins, you will know them. If you haven't played Paladins and you're just watching this solo walkthrough, then you will pick up on the rules as I go through each turn, because I'll be talking a little bit about them as I try to take my turns. I kind of messed up my board here, didn't put everything out. As you can see, there's lots of little parts and pieces with this game, so setup takes a minute. I would say this is one of the games that takes slightly longer to set up, but it is in a small box, and you could probably get a printout in the box that makes it a little easier to do setup. But I feel like it's worth it. I'll go into final thoughts toward the end, but I will say, going into this game, this is one of my top 3 favorite games. I think it has one of the best solo options of any game out there, and that includes the fact that it takes a little bit longer to set up, but even with other games that have a good solo, I feel like the setup tends to be a lot more. If you think like Gloomhaven, um, and Anachrony, those take way longer to set up. I think Scythe probably has a great solo, but takes a long time to set up. And this one is pretty easy compared to those, especially with it coming from a small box. So all that being said, let's go ahead and start our opening setup. There's a few things we get to do. One of the first things I'm going to do is I'm going to draw 3 paladins, and I have to, now I know that the things that we're going to be seeing this game are commission, absolve, and attack. Those are going to be the king's orders. One of the strategical things to be aware of on the board is if you can do actions that are in line with each other, or like this, it tends to work better. This game's going to be interesting because we have commission, absolve, and attack. Well, as you can see, they form an L. So these two will work well together, but I got to get power from somewhere. So I'm going to have to either convert or fortify, and I'm not sure which way I'm going to go in this game. We'll kind of see as we go. But I got to make that work to get some power so that I can attack, and whenever that king's order opens up, I'll be able to get, well, actually I can attack even without the king's order there. I just have to decide what order I want to go in. So we have praying, costs no silver, conspiring earns 2 silver, and hunting gains 2 additional provisions. Well, these take provisions, these take silver. I know I'm going to need silver. I know I'm going to need some provisions, but maybe not quite as many as I will silver. So money is going to be an issue. I start out with 1 provision and 3 money, so that's at least helpful. I kind of feel like conspiring might end up being the most helpful. So let's just say, I'll try not to go into too much detail, that's going to be my paladin for this round. As you can see, there's a blue and a white paladin. And you see how I refer them by color, not really by what they are. But I will get those, and then anytime I conspire this round, I'll get 2 silver. So we'll see what we can do. Now, the next step is going to be, which of these do I want? I think faith could prove to be helpful. So I'm going to put that one on top, and I'll put this one on bottom. We'll see that one at the beginning of the game, or sorry, the end of the game, toward the last couple of rounds, because those cards will come back. And then I knocked over my doohickeys here, which wasn't good. Okay, we've got a paladin. Good. All right. So next step is, at the beginning of the game, every player, now the Autumnal won't do this, but I will still get to do this because you set up pretty much like the base game. I'll get to pick a paladin that I basically, not a paladin, sorry, a villager that I basically get for free. And the villagers do lots of, they do different things. So if I absolve, I will get a coin from the tax for that guy. If I garrison, I will get a coin from the supply if I get this guy. Whenever there's an inquisition, if I don't have any suspicion, I can get a power. And likewise for this, same thing, but I would get faith instead. And then this one is every time I fortify, I get a coin. So, tough question, or tough choice. I do know that absolving is going to be one of the king's orders. And so I think I'm going to take this and put it next to my board here so that anytime I absolve, I will get a coin from the tax. So I'm going to do that, and then we'll shift these over, and I will put a new card out. That is one more step, and then the last thing I have to do for setting up for round one is I got to pick one of these. Well, let's see. Conspiring earns 2 silver, so I'm probably going to be conspiring. The question is, what do I want to do in first round to kind of get things set up? I do have. I'll be starting with 4 influence. That's kind of a bonus. Like I'm starting at 0, but my paladin will give me 4 influence, which means that if I absolve in round 1, I have 4 influence with which to do it, but that's not the most helpful necessarily. I know I'm going to need power later, so fortifying might be a helpful thing in the first round, which comes down to which guy do I want to use in round 1. Whoops. That's tough. I also like to develop early if I can. Well, the purple guys can give you some money, because when you get a suspicion, you sometimes get some funding. So I'm gonna take this card from the I guess from the Automa to some degree. The Automa doesn't actually get the workers. He's just gonna get. I always give Automa 4 purple workers as a reminder that they can go anywhere. So we'll put his workers there, and he doesn't take any suspicion. But I got a purple worker, which means I have to get a suspicion. And 1 coin comes to me from the tax. So it gives me a coin, which I'm going to need coins, and that's part of the reason I took it. So that is, we are set up for round 1. Player always goes first, so I will be going first, and we'll get started in that in a minute. Okay, we'll do round 1 today. Today. We'll do round 1 now. Probably do more than that today. All right, so these are the workers I got to work with. My paladin is conspiring earns me 2 silver. I do want to earn some silver. The challenge is kind of figuring out what to do this round to gear up. And I do have influence, 4 influence, so if I absolve, it won't really matter, because I'm not going to do 3 absolves in 1 turn, and I need 0, 1, and then 3 influence. And I need coins, so I kind of want to do coins. I might want to develop. A tough call, but conspiring twice could help. The problem is, conspiring earns me 2 coins, but when I pray, I gotta get rid of 2 coins. Although conspiring can earn me extra coins, I'm just going to end up with a ton of suspicion, which is probably okay. I'm not too terribly worried about it, but this guy is going to be the least useful, so we will conspire with our first turn, I believe. Let me double check one thing, because I could go get a villager up there. That'll get me a couple of coins. There's not really a super awesome villager to go after here that's going to give me what I'm looking for. That guy's tempting, because then if I fortify, which I probably will have to do at some point, but I don't think I'm ready to do that. You might see what happens. I might do him later, possibly, but I think I'm going to stick with my conspire action. That will give me a purple guy. I get 2 coins for taking the conspire action, so we'll put those in my resources. I have to also take one of these because I conspired, and I get 2 coins from the thing there. And that is my turn. So we will go to the Automa. Automa, he is going to flip Garrison. That's what he wants to do. So if we look at Garrison, it takes 3 workers. Now, the other thing is if we go out here on the board, to Garrison, you need at least 1 power. 3 power to Garrison here, 5 power to Garrison here, 7 to Garrison here, and 9 to Garrison there, 11 to Garrison there. He needs at least 1 power. He does not have 1 power. So he can't Garrison because he doesn't have the power he needs to do it. So he ends up putting a guy here. And what that does is he's going to look, because there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 spaces. He's going to take this one here, and he's going to get rid of it. It's going to discard. A new one won't come out until the next round. But he always gets this thing up here when he does that. So he's going to get a 1 influence right there. And that is his turn. That's all he does. All right. So we'll come back to me. What do we got here? We got those guys. This is kind of a tough choice. I'm tempted to do the absolve, but developing is also good. Fortifying would be helpful. Just getting coins is helpful. Because money is going to run short regardless of how many coins I get. It also doesn't hurt to get something that would give me coins. And getting that fortify wouldn't hurt and would also get rid of a suspicion. So what I might do, there's no telling if we'll get to do all this because the Automa could end up taking that guy and oh well, you know. But since we can absolve this round because we will have the influence we need to do it, and we know that absolve is going to be one of the king's orders, it might not hurt to go ahead. What are we going to need to absolve? We're going to need at least a blue worker, because if you look at the absolve action blue, I might be able to develop that one away, which means a green worker is the next lowest type of worker. We could, let's see, that's the absolve. So we could use these 2 to develop, and then if we use the absolve action, then we'd have a couple other workers to play with. So let's do that. We're going to take the develop action. We'll probably do it later. That's going to cost us 4 coins. So we got 4 coins here. And we'll put that in the supply. And then we'll take one of these guys, and we're going to put it over here on absolve. And whenever you take one of those off, you also get another worker. So that gives us that. And that is our turn. So we will come over to here and draw another. So he wants to do a king's order. The only king's order is commission. So that's what he wants to do. It would take him 1 worker. And in order to commission, you need faith. I usually just check my board. I can see I need faith. It's going to give me influence if I am able to do that action. We need faith. He has no faith. So because he has no faith, then we have to go up here to the pray action. And that means that first he would remove all workers that he has over here, but he has none. So I'll come over here and I'll just give him another worker. Now it's a purple worker, but I give him purple just it's like a mental reminder to me that he can play any worker anywhere. I could give him a white worker, and sometimes I do that. Sometimes I do it just from the standpoint I can kind of see, oh, those are the workers he got. He started with the purple ones. But he does get to pray. So we're going to try to do a little shuffling here with one hand. It's hard to hold a camera and shuffle. I do not have a fancy camera set up, so we'll call that a shuffle. We're doing a video for learning purposes. We're not going to put a lot of great detail in that. All right, so that's his turn, and now he has taken both of these actions. He got a worker, he shuffled his deck, and he's good. All right, so now it's my turn. Now, it's not working out too bad for me here. I've gotten to do what I wanted to do, and I'm taking a decent number of actions, and I got a develop going here. And I think I'm going to, in fact, I'm not going to use the green worker. I'm going to use the white worker because it's a less valuable worker. And I'm going to absolve. I have 4 influence, so I can take this. It reveals a faith, so that means my faith will go up 1 there. And I have to pay a coin to do that. So I'll pay the coin. And I'm going to move this. And I'm actually going to go here. And I'm going to take this spot. And I am going to take this guy and put him in my village action. Now, he does something for me immediately. If I look here, he immediately gets rid of one of my suspicion. Absolving also, whenever you absolve, you always get rid of another suspicion. So I'm going to get rid of that. And I also have this guy, which whenever I absolve, I get a coin from the tax. So that kind of helped me a lot of ways there because I was able to, we're getting close to an Inquisition, but I was able to get rid of all my suspicion, which is phenomenal. That means if there is an Inquisition, I will not be getting a debt, which would be great. I'm not really thinking too far ahead on my next turn. I'll see what I can do after the Automa goes here. We might base our decision based on what he does a little bit. So he's going to do King's Order, which means he wants to do Commission, which he needs faith for, but he has no faith. So we will take another of his workers, and we'll put it here, and that's the trade action. We just can't keep going this way. He gets a coin. He doesn't get coins, so all he does is he would get 1 coin, so he moves that over, and that's it. That's all he does. Automa turns are very simple, generally. Once you get the symbology down and how all this stuff works together, they're very fast. Okay, now, he didn't do a whole lot, so very interesting. There's none of the villagers are particularly enticing to me. I could pray this guy off. I could recruit. I could hunt. I could trade. I could just save these 3 workers for the next round. That's a thing also. The question to some degree is, because I could pray and then conspire, but it would cost me 2 coins. I conspire, I would then have more suspicion, but it could get me some coins for next round. The question is, because I have to do the pray action, there's also the chance that if I draw one of these cards, it has no coins on it, in which case all I did was trade out and end up with suspicion. So I really think I've done pretty well on the coins so far. So I think I'm going to pass, and we're not going to do any more actions. Well, let me rethink that. I could fortify as well. I do have influence. I could do it. Actually, I am going to do that. I'm going to use my guys here, and I'm going to fortify because that's going to increase my power, and I'm going to need some power for attacking later, and I don't know when that's going to happen. So when we fortify, I have to pay, well, let's see. I'm fortifying here, so I got to pay 1 provision. I don't need any influence, so that wasn't even an issue. But I draw one of these, and I stick it up here. Now, I can either pay a debt, or I can get 2 coins. This was actually a great card to get right now, because I will get 2 more coins, and I get 1 power. So I will move my power up on my board there. So I got power and faith of 1, influence of 0, and then you slide this down and you can kind of see it makes like a crenellation along the top of the board. Very well designed. I like that. Then we come over to here and we're going to get, we want to absolve. Well, to absolve, we have to have influence, and he does, actually, and for this absolve, he doesn't need any. So he will take his last 2 workers, put them here, and then he will take this, and he's just going to, for Automa, he just flips it over. Whoa! He's going to flip it over. And so we know that that one's used. And he gets a faith, so we'll give him 1 faith. And he gets rid of a suspicion. Well, he can't get rid of a suspicion, so he will get rid of a coin. Well, we're gonna have an Inquisition. Let's see what else he does. Then he either flips a debt or gets rid of a suspicion. Well, what we've done is trigger the Inquisition. This is going to end up being obsolete because there are no coins up there. So that's just not going to happen. So we're going to trigger the Inquisition. And for that, we basically look, does anybody have suspicion? Well, he has none. I have none. Therefore, that's it. We would, whoever had the most would get a debt, but no one had any. So that is just going to make for a quick Inquisition. He doesn't have, I don't have any more workers. I can't do any more actions. He doesn't have any more workers or actions he can take. So then we start setting up for the next round. And basically, all we do is we always look at these 2 workers. One of them is going to disappear. We look at these 2 folks at the gate, and 2 of them will disappear. The rest will slide over. Yada yada. We bring 2 more out at the end, and these guys slide over, and we get, in this case, there were some of these taken, so we'll bring out some more. Convert. Now that one would be a good one to get, because I know attacking is going to be one of the king's orders. We take one of these and flip it over. So now we know attack. The next king's order that he's looking for is attack, and his action is now cheaper. So every time we flip over a new king's order, which there'll be only 1 more, his action will get cheaper. We will flip 2 of these, and I got to get rid of all of the workers that I have out here because they are done. And his workers, I'm just going to put them at the top of this board. It's going to be round 2, so he will have 5 workers to start his round with. And we got to draw paladins. So we're going to draw 1, 2, 3 paladins. Okay. So we have commissioning will cost no provisions. That's not bad. Praying and trading gains 2 additional silver. Well, right now, trading would be not a bad idea. Give me some faith and some power to play with. But again, silver is going to be important. So I think I'm going to go ahead and trade. I definitely want to use my commission paladin, and the Pray Paladin we'll put on the bottom for now. We'll see him in the last round. So we're going to get 2 blue. So we'll put them up there. And then I have to decide between these 2. Now, this is tough. I'm really focusing on money. I definitely want to trade. But if I can do it more than once because I have a priest, that will help. So I think what I'm going to do is get the 2 black and a blue and a red, and go about it that way, which means the other one doesn't have any purple, so he won't get any suspicion from doing that. And then we are ready and set up for round 2, which we'll come back to. Okay, so we're round 2. I'm pretty sure I don't want that guy. Although, he wouldn't hurt as a just getting I could get a purple guy, but I don't necessarily need him. I would kind of like to get this guy, and what that would require is that I'm able to commission, but I have no provisions with which to commission. You know what did I do with my first provision? I think I threw my provision away. Oh, I fortified. That's what I did. I fortified. That's where I lost my provision. So I am sans provision right now. Got a few extra coins, and I can get additional silver when I get coins. But I need a provision. I think to get a provision this round, I've got a lot of extra blue guys, and I kind of want to do this before I'm going to dismiss a villager. I'm going to dismiss this guy, and I'm going to do that so that I get a worker and a provision. So we will get this, and we will get a provision that we can use for something else. So that is my turn. And we'll come over here, see what he does. He wants to recruit, so he is going to go there. He's going to recruit this one, and that recruit has a prey action. So we come down here, and he's going to take the prey action. He doesn't have anybody over there, so he will get a worker, and he will shuffle his cards. So let's do that. We'll get a little shuffle action here. Let's see. All right. That's good enough for business. All right. So that's his action. Let's see. All right. Now, what to do? I would like to get this guy. Let's see if I can eventually get him, but in order to do that, I'm going to have to commission. However, I would prefer not to commission for a lot of coins. So I'm going to pay 4 to the supply, and I am going to develop and put this here. And, oh, also for develop, I had to put 2 of these guys here. So that gives me another fella there, and that'll be my turn. All right, let's hope I didn't make a mistake. He wants to convert. Now, to convert, he needs faith. He has 1 faith. Convert takes 0 faith to convert that one, 2 for that one. He wants this one. He's not going to build off with that one, but he is going to use 3 of his guys, put them over here, and he can't convert that one, so he's going to go here and convert this one, which cost him 0. Uh-oh. Try to get this under the board. There we go. And that immediately gives him 1 power. So this will go like that. And he'll get some victory points at the end of the game for where his power is based on that. All right. So that's his turn. Used up 3 of his workers. He's only got 2 left. That might be helpful to me. We'll see. All right. Now I am in position to do a thing. So I am going to commission. Whoops. sticking to my hands. So now I commission. I have my one provision that I can use to do this commission action. And I can take this and I can put it anywhere where I can afford it. Now I have +2 faith plus my 1, so I have a total of 3 faith. I can theoretically go here, or I can go here because it takes 2 faith to go there. I may not have faith next round. So I'm going to go ahead and take this action here. And what that does is give me, I can dismiss or gain any one of these basically for free without paying for it. So I'm going to gain this guy so that when I attack, I will now get a coin, which will be helpful. I need more coins. So that does that, and that also gives me, whenever I remove one of those guys, I get influence. So now my influence goes there. And we'll come over to the Automa, and he wants to attack. Well, he can't attack. He would need at least 3 power to attack. He has 2 power, which means because he does not have enough power, he cannot attack, and he will instead pray. Well, he's going to shuffle. That we know is going to happen. And this time he does actually have workers to remove. I'm going to put them up here so I don't accidentally use them. I'll put that over there. So he would remove anything that was over there. He doesn't get an extra worker because we removed some. And then we'll come back over to me. Now, I have yet to use my Paladin. I really wanted to focus on trying to get one of those guys, which I did. So I'm feeling pretty good about that. I do want to use this Paladin, though, so I think I don't need this red worker. I'm going to do that to gain coins. That would normally give me 3 coins, but because of my Paladin, I will get a total of 5 coins. So that will be very handy. And that will be my turn. I'll come over here. He will draw another card. He wants to conspire. So, to conspire, he goes here. He gets a suspicion. And we forgot to refill this last time. But he would get 2 coins based on his suspicion. And so those 2 coins are going to come from here. They're going to go back to that. And he, because he would normally get 2 coins, he's going to move this 1, 2. Let's see, he also gets 2 workers. And I'm just going to go ahead and give him purples because they were suspicion. So he is conspired. He's going to get another turn at least. And then we'll come over here now. I was thinking maybe I would pray, get some coins, and do that again, but I only have the priest. It's not going to do me any good. I think I'd rather just save the priest for next round. I think that's going to be more beneficial. So I will pass, and I'll go ahead and remove all my workers because I am passing. And did I get them all? I think so. Alright. So now we can just do Automa turns for a bit. King's Order. Well, he wants to attack. He needs 3 power still. Doesn't have it, so can he do commission? So commission, he needs faith. Well, he has 1 faith. He could do the commission because that takes 0 faith. So he will take first his guy. Go to commission, and then he'll take his guy, and he always takes them in this order. So he's going to go here, and he wants that one, so it's not there. So he'll go to the next most expensive one and get that. It would get rid of 2 suspicion, but because there's 1 suspicion we're not getting rid of, we're gonna take a coin out. And so that's what he's going to do with that action. And now he wants to garrison. Well, He's only got one worker, needs 3, can't do it, so he's going to trade, which means he's actually going to move this 1 more, because whenever he would get a coin, that's what he does. And then he has to pass. He's not going to get any more actions. Next round's going to be round 3, so he'll get 3 plus 3, which is 6 workers to play with next round. And then the other thing we have to do is this is going to come out, and that's going to go on his absolve action for the next round. And because it's round 3, this will go to his discard. And then that will go there. So now we have a free prey action, which could come in handy. We'll clean up. So we actually got rid of all of our villagers there. That's a sort of a rare exception that all of them disappear. And then we have to clean these guys up. Oops. That goes out here. Slide those down. And we got to put out a couple more of these. All right, tough choices. And then let's see what I got for paladins. So we have commissioning, absolving, and converting. Well, I can tell you right now, I want commissioning and absolving. I know that this one is going to go on the bottom of the pile because converting is not something it's not a king's order, it's not something we're looking for this game. So I'm going to go ahead and put that there. So the question is really, what's going to be most valuable to me for this round, commissioning or absolving? Well, right now I'm tied at both. I've got a little thing on both. Absolving gets rid of some suspicion. I don't have any right now, which is kind of helpful. Commissioning, though, gets me out on the board and gets some more resources. This guy gives me power and faith. I am going to get, well, actually, sorry, that's my old paladin. This guy gives me faith and power, and this guy gives me influence and power. Absolving costs coins. Commissioning is going to cost provisions. I don't have much in the way of provisions. We could sure use some. There's a good recruit out there for that, which could help me when I attack. I think I'm gonna go. Absolution this round, and then I will put this paladin on top for a future round. So we're gonna try to absolve a little bit this round. That's gonna give me another black and blue worker. And then we are absolving. Now if I take these 2 purples, there's only 2 coins left before a Inquisition. I could probably avoid getting caught up in that. The problem is I also want to recruit that guy, and I don't have a good recruit action outside of this. But if I let him have those 2 purples, which he won't get the workers, but he'll get the 2 cards, and could trigger an Inquisition, and I can always conspire after the fact, and maybe get some more coins that way too. So, I think I'm gonna take a chance. I kind of like the purple ones, but I'm gonna take a chance. I'm gonna take the green and the black and the 2 white workers there, and then he is gonna have to draw 2 suspicion cards for those 2 purples. So immediately we're going to have an Inquisition. So 3 coins he would get. So we're going to trigger an Inquisition. I'm going to go and leave those there because we're going to have to refill it anyway. But we do have an Inquisition. He is going to have the most suspicion, and then he will get to discard half of his suspicion rounded down. But he will then get a debt. So that is positive and worked to my favor. He also would have gotten 3 coins. So 1, 2, 3, and the lowest one moves. So that is basically our setup going into round 3, and then I'll have to decide how I'm going to do this round. So I'll come back to that in a minute. Okay, start of round 3. Try to get back into the gear. I really want to get this guy. I think the question is, do I want to get him right away? Could get stolen pretty easily, but I don't have a red, so I am actually going to conspire. I'll get a purple, have to draw a card, and no coins, unfortunately. But that gives me a purple, so now I can actually do that if he doesn't steal it. So he is going to fortify. Sorry about my thumb there. All right, so let's see. First, he's got to be able to do it. So to fortify, he's going to need influence, which he needs 0 because of that. So he's going to place 3 of his guys there, and he will grab a card. And let's see if we can get this under there. He's going to get, at the end of the game, he'll get 2 victory points, but for right now, he's just going to get a power. So that'll go up to there, and that's his fortify action. So now we can come back over here, and I can take this guy, and I will grab him. He will immediately give me 1 provision, and then if I attack, he will give me more provisions. So we've got that going on. All right, so then we'll come back over here to the Automa. King's Order. Well, now that the Absolve action is open, he wants to do that first. So he needs 1 influence, which he has to do it. So he can put a worker there, and he can absolve. Now, he gets a faith, so I'll go there. He gets to get rid of 1 suspicion. If he can pay a debt, he will pay a debt, which he's got 1, so he will pay that debt. And then he won't get rid of any more suspicion because he paid the debt. So that's his turn. And now I've got to make hard decisions. So absolving is sort of the thing I want to do. It won't cost me any silver. But I don't know if there's any real thing to absolve just yet. This is tough. I could also develop. I have enough coins to develop, so I could do that first. But I really want to use my absolve. If I had developed, then I only have to use 1 blue for a dissolve. An absolve. Sorry. Let's see. I think, and the other thing I could do is I could go crazy and do, well, I don't have a red to attack, so I would need at least a red to attack. So I'm not attacking this round. I could theoretically fortify, but I don't know. That's going to cost me 3 workers. I don't really want to do that. I really want to be absolving more so than anything. I only have 1 of each of those. My traits up the track there. So yeah, I think we're going to go, because absolving costs us no coins. The catch is, if I develop, I can absolve for much less. But I need a prey action. Well, one thing we could do, well, and I would need another blue. And I don't have another blue worker, and that's not going to give me a blue worker. So, it's kind of tricky. I'm wondering if I should have avoided that guy up there, but those guys can be helpful later. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do an absolve action. They don't cost any coins this round because of our thing, and we need one influence, which we have, and it's going to give me one faith. So that's going to move up. And so then it's a question of what do I want over here. I also know that I'm going to be getting rid of this because the absolve action will get rid of one of those. So I could pray the conspire away to conspire and absolve again. That would be a good option. Could also get me some more coins that way. I kind of like that option. So I think I'm going to do that. I am going to pray that guy away. That way I can conspire and potentially absolve again. I did use that action, so I get a coin for that. So I've got getting a nice stack of coins there. And now we'll come over to Mr. Automa and recruit. Well, he's going to get a guy there. He's in the middle one, so he's going to get this guy. He's going to dismiss him, and he will get 2 workers to help him out. And come back to my board. Alright, so now I'm going to go ahead and use my green fella there and conspire to get a scoundrel. And then we have to get a card, and we got 2 from that one. Nice. I will take 2 coins. That was not bad at all. Not bad. Automa, he wants to convert. So convert takes 3. The lowest convert is going to take at least 0, 2 faith. He's got 2 faith. He wants to do this one, but he's going to have to do that one because of his lack of faith. So he'll put those there, and he will convert this guy down here, and that will give him 1 power, and that's that. His guys are all gone, so he's going to be done after this round. I have... So what I'm going to have to do is... Well, actually, I normally would have to pay 2, but I've got this King's Order up here. So what I can do is take a free prey action and get rid of these guys. Boom. And then he's done, so he has passed. So we're going to get rid of his guys here and just put them up here for next round. He's going to need 7 for round 4. What's that? There's 7. And then he'll get rid of those guys here. Okay, so that's that. Now I can absolve one last time. And it's kind of going to do 2 things for me. One, when I absolve, I get a coin. And I would get rid of a suspicion. So even if it triggered an Inquisition, I believe I would get rid of the suspicion first, and then I would do the Inquisition once I have resolved the Absolution. I have to have 3. I do have 3 because even though that's 1, my Paladin gives me a +3 for this round. So I actually have 4, which is going to increase my faith. And I don't have to pay coins because of my Paladin. And I now have to decide, what do I want to do with this guy? Well, praying isn't going to do anything for me. Provisions are probably going to be, in the near future, the most helpful thing. So we're going to get some provisions there. That's going to help me out a little bit. And then that's it. I will set up for next round off camera, and then we'll start from there. That way I don't have all the setup in between rounds here. Okay, moving on to round 4. We have these 3 paladins, Ivan, Engelier, and Ansis. Probably pronouncing those terribly. Commissions I definitely want. Attacking I definitely want. Fortifying, less use. These are the King's Orders, so I definitely want to use those 2 if I can. This one, unfortunately, because it's not the King's Orders, that is the one I'm going to end up putting on the bottom here. Now, the question is going to be, which of these would I prefer to use this round? Attacking is going to earn me some silver. Not bad, that's helpful. Commissioning is going to cost no provisions. Also not bad and helpful. I also have 3 faith, and he gives me 3, so I'd have a total of 6, which gets me pretty far out. I can go all the way out here with commissions. That's not a bad deal. Attacking, I have not developed this very well yet, and so it's a little sketchy doing the attacking yet. I also would only have 4 power, so I couldn't go out too far. I kind of want to fortify a little bit more before I do that. So I think we're going to hold off on attacking because we have plenty of silver right now. And we're going to let our commissioning knight be our knight of the round. You see what I did there? Our knight of the round. Very nice. And then I have to choose between these 2. I have no suspicion right now, but we're very close to an Inquisition. I think I am going to mess with the Automa a little bit and let him take a the purple one there. I will take the 2 blue and the white. And let's see, Automa is going to have to draw a card, and boom, gets a suspicion. Has to take that last coin out. I'm just going to leave it there. It's not going to matter. He would get that coin, which means this is going to move over. And he is also going to, because he has the most suspicion, get a debt. So we'll put his debt out there. And this round we have, if you can play a purple, then you can move up any of the tracks. Faith, power, or influence. And we've got some more. This is one of my favorite villagers to get, is the architect. I might see if I can wait it out till next round and try to get it when it's a little bit less, because I would like to get it, but because his deal is here, he's going to be grabbing this one first and then that one, and then, you know, we'll see. Hopefully it makes it to next round. Now, there's a couple of things. One, that was refilled, so part of my inclination is to get some, to go ahead and get this guy was from last turn. I forgot to take him off. Is to get a purple guy that I can use. I'm definitely going to want a commission, but I'm going to need more. I only have 1 priest, so I'm going to need more of those to do anything. Well, one thing I can do, I have plenty of money to do it. I'm going to go ahead and do it, is I am going to pay 4 of these coins to the bank so that I can develop. And I will develop my commission because I'm planning to do that this round, and that will make it that much less pricey to do. And that also will give me a green, another green guy. And yeah, we'll do that. And then we'll come over to Mr. Ultima here. Fix that. He wants to attack. He should be able to attack. He's got plenty of power. So his power is at 4, and he wants to attack this guy, but he's going to have to attack this guy. So this guy's going to come over and just get discarded, and he would get a provision, a coin from up here, which that will just disappear. But that also moves this, puts it there, so the lowest one will move, and he would get another influence, so that's going to move as well. Yeah, so that was a pretty good turn. Now he's a little closer to potentially getting that one that I want. I'm not thrilled about that, but it is what it is. Let's go commissioning. Commissioning costs no provisions this round, and our faith is at 3 plus 3, 6, so we can come out here and we are also going to get 1 influence, so we'll do that. And we can come out here pretty far. So praying is a pretty good one. One thing that I could do, I could use the workers. And I was thinking of conspiring anyway. So I may take these 2 because it's 2 workers. As much as I can use the priest, I can conspire and maybe get some coins. And the extra workers will actually come in handy this round, I think. So I'm going to do that. And then we'll come over and see what he does. Well, he wants to do the King's Order, which means absolving is the most points. So he is going to absolve. He has 3, and he can do 3. So he's going to do that. Voila. So he gets a faith. We will give him a faith. He gets to get rid of a suspicion. He will do that. He gets to pay a debt or get rid of a suspicion. He always pays the debt first. Done. That's his turn. All right. Whoa. Let's see. Oh yeah. I didn't have anybody over here for absolving. So, I think I'm going to go ahead and do this to make life easier on me. Actually, you know what? No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm going to use this. And I'm going to take this pray action in the event that he would get it before me. And I'm going to take him off. So I freed up my commission for another use. So we're going to do that. He wants to absolve and cannot, so he is going to recruit. And that means he's going to recruit this one, which is going to give him a purple guy. And that gives him a suspicion, which is going to give him 2 coins that would disappear from here. And those 2 coins will move him over there. So he's going to jump over the one that I want to get, which is helpful. And then we will jump back to, let's see, what do I want to do now? I'm a little nervous about trying to get this guy now because it's, but I'm going to have to. I'm going to have to. So that's going to give me a purple guy and a suspicion. I got 1 coin, which I can use, and we'll go back over to him. He's going to pray. Okay, so pray, he's going to first take off all of these actions. These don't come off over here. So he doesn't get one of those, but he does shuffle all of these cards. So we're going to do that. And try to get these reasonably shuffled. And put those there. All right. And we'll come back to finish up this round a little bit more in a second. Okay, continuing round 4. Let's see. All right, so now I can commission again. I could get one of those too. That wouldn't hurt. Well, I've already developed, so I can't necessarily pray that away. I think I'm going to go ahead and do my commission since they're free for the taking. The question is what? Now we could pray, but I don't necessarily have anything in particular to pray away. I do like the idea of potentially attacking this guy. He would give me 2 coins and trigger an Inquisition. So I'd have to get a red to do that. I got a free prey action. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I could get coins too. That wouldn't hurt. Tough choice. That's at 3, but I need 5 for that. I think we will. I think we're going to go for money. I think that's what we're going to do. I think that might pay off in the end to get a couple of money. That's our commission. So let's see what Automa does. Well, he wants to fortify. He needs 1 influence, which he certainly has. So he's going to put his guys there. And grab one of these guys, and he's going to get a green worker and a power. So power, green worker. All right. And then, what do I want to do? What do I want to do? I don't want to trigger an Inquisition, really, because we both would end up paying for that. I don't have 5 influence this round to do what I'd want to do. I think what is going to end up being the best move for me is to fortify, because I will need more power to attack in future rounds. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to fortify. That's going to cost me 1 provision. So I'll put that in the thing there, and let's see how lucky I get. 2 power. That's not bad. I could. Okay. Sorry, I had to get that tucked in there. Now, I did fortify. Oh, crud. So, I am going to have to take a coin from here anyway. I didn't plan very well for that. And now I trigger an Inquisition. Well, I have 1, and he has 1. So, therefore, we both are very suspicious and have to get a debt. So, we'll just do that. And then it's his turn. Sadly, I did not do that well. And then let's refill the tack stand there. It's not really a tack stand. I just call it that because that's what it is in Architects. So we will get a... He wants to attack. Can he attack? I bet he can attack. So he's going to do that. He has power of 5. He wants to attack this guy and can. And that will give him 1 influence. And he gets a white and a blue worker. So he is doing pretty good on workers this round, sadly. Very efficient round for Automa there. I've got 1 guy left. I can put a green guy here and get 2. I can put 2 there to get 3. It's kind of touchy. I think I'm going to end up needing provisions eventually. I don't know. If I attack, I might not. I think I'm going to pass. I'm going to save those guys for the next round. Or I'm going to save that 1 guy for the next round, rather. Yeah, I think that's going to be the best bet. So, we'll do that. So I am passing. And then I'm going to let the Automa finish out his round. He wants to garrison. So, he's got 3 workers. I'm pretty sure he has the power to garrison. He can go out up to 5. So, he wants, and he's going to gain a little faith from his garrison. And let's see. He wants to go out 5 to here. He will take the prey action. That's what he'll do. That's going in his order. There wasn't any of those. There's no debt to take. And so he's got to do the prey action because you don't. These bottom rows are only for 3 and 4 player games. So he is going to prey away these guys. So he doesn't have people on his board anymore. And so he's going to shuffle his deck. Alright, so we're actually not too unshuffled yet, so we'll just do this. Cut the deck. There we go. Alright. That was his... What did he do? Oh, he took the prey action from his garrison. So now he wants to do the King's Favor. And the thing he does with the King's Favor is he will just get his lowest one, which is considered this one because it's on top, and he'll move it there. That's what he'll do. And then his turn is done. And we'll set up for round 5. Alright, round 5. We have this King's Favor that came out, which is not bad. And I have these 3 paladins to choose from, so attacking, developing, and recruiting. Well, I'm pretty sure recruiting costs no silver. Not bad, but, oh man. And there actually are some good recruits here. I usually really like this one. But recruiting also goes, man, now this is where it's a tough decision, because I definitely want to attack. But if I recruit, I could also attack. You know, this might be one of those rare cases where I might throw that on bottom and not worry about the attacking costing me silver. And attacking doesn't really cost silver. You only pay silver if you're going to go out. But the recruiting gives me a lot of power to work with. So I think, I've not done this before. This is not typical for me to do it this way, but I'm going to go ahead and put that one on bottom. Next round, I'm going to plan on attacking. But I might get a recruit as well. I don't know. We'll see. helps me with 2 birds with 1 stone there. And then this round, we're going to focus on development. So we'll try to get some stuff built up. Now, this is interesting because there's purples, so he's getting either two suspicion or 1 suspicion. It's just a matter of how's it going to work out. And what do I want to do, and how much do I need? I probably will most likely go for an absolve this round. There's a good chance of that. I've got 3, and I'll have 4 or 5 with my paladin, so I'll probably be able to absolve once, at least. I want to get some develops. Might want a priest to do, man, and attacking. We need red for attacking. In which case, this is just going to be better for what I'm trying to do this round. So we're going to get that, and we're going to get 2 suspicion. So no coins and 1 coin, which means that our lovely Automa here is going to get the last one, and he got no coins. So yay, that helps a little bit. And I go first. So I am wanting to develop this round. I don't want to use my red, but I have 2 purple, and it's just almost too good not to use. So I'm going to go ahead and develop and get this guy. So when I develop, I will get a person, and I have to pay a coin for that one. So we'll do that. He is going to absolve. So he wants to go here. He's on 4. Oh, but he needs 5. So he can't go there. That was from last round. He's going to go recruit, and he's right in the middle. He's going to take this guy that I was thinking about getting, and he's going to move up 1 there. That's it. So there was one guy I was going to go for up there besides the one, and that was the one he just took. So, oh well. I'll have to settle for a provision and a coin whenever I take that action. Now, I'm in pretty good shape for developing. It's going to cost me 2 fewer silver, which is fantastic. And I'm going to get an extra worker from developing. I know that attacking is what I'm going to do next round, and so I'm not going to worry too much about these green guys. I'm going to pay 2, and I'm going to get to develop, which is going to give me a blue fella. And I'm going to get a white laborer there. And we are going to develop this attack action because next round we want to be attacking for sure. So that's my turn. King's Order. Well, he wants to absolve again. He can't. Attack is his next thing that he wants to do, which he should be able to do. Attack for 6. He wants to hit this guy, which he can. So he will attack him, get a priest, and get 1 influence. So we will give him a priest, and then my go. Now the best thing to do is to make the most use of the paladin you have. So we're going to take this easy out here before he does, and we're going to pray that away. And then it'll be his go. And he wants to attack again, but his attack is full, so he's going to pray, which is going to get rid of only 1 worker for him. That's fine. I'm actually going to put it over here so it's easier to track or grab later. So he prayed, and he will shuffle his cards here. Let's see. He's going to get access to some king's favors pretty soon. Now, he's prayed. Okay, so now one thing I might need to consider is taking that king's favor to get my attack up later on. But that's going to cost me that, which is probably worth it. I'm going to do it. And I am going to bump my power up because it's the hardest thing for me to get up. And here we go. King's favor. He would have gotten that one, but now he doesn't. He takes his guy. He gets 3. 1, 2, 3. He ends up bumping up his influence. And that's his turn. Oh, and one of those was supposed to come from here. So we'll put that away. All right. Now, let's see. I was thinking I would absolve once this round, but I'm not sure if I will or not. I may. We'll see. So this is going to cost me 2 coins. So I'll spend 2. I am going to get 1 of those. Actually, last round it should have been a green, not a blue. This round it's a blue, but I didn't use it for anything specifically. So, no harm, no foul. But I should still be able to absolve this round with 1. So, I might go for that. And then we'll come back to hit. Okay, let's see. Where are we at? Let's see. I developed, did that, got an extra worker, yada yada. I think I'm still swinging toward an attack here. Or do I want to do absolve? I think I might want to do absolve first, because I have tons of stuff here. I don't like having all of that. So, I believe with my 3 plus 2, 5, I can absolve. It will cost me 2 coins, and we will gain a faith. And we're definitely going to get rid of 1 of those guys. I could pay a debt, or I could get rid of another one. He's got 2 right now, and so if that empties out, I kind of think this might be the way to go. I'm going to get rid of that. And so we get rid of 2 deals, and I get a coin from here. Let's see. All right. Let's see. Okay, so he is going to King's Favor. They're all gone. Can't do it. Gets a trade action. He would get a coin, except he doesn't get a coin because he doesn't get coins. So we come back over to me, and I think this is where I attack. So I'm going to attack. And I've got 6 power. So I can go out to here. I could pay a coin to go here. Not bad. But you know what I think I want? Is this one. I think I'm going to attack this guy. And the reason is I'm going to get my influence here. When I attack, I get a coin and a provision. So we're going to get that. We're going to get a coin from there. I get a red fella. So we'll get him. And I get rid of a suspicion, which is my last one, leaving 1 coin in there. So that's my sort of secret hope, is that he does it. He can't recruit. He is going to have to take that, which means he gets a suspicion. He would take 2 coins, but there's only 1 left, so they'll go there. this will go here. And there is now an Inquisition. He does get 2 guys. However, he has got how much suspicion here? 1, 2. So he gets half rounded down. So he ends up getting another debt. That's kind of what I wanted. Perfect. And then we refill our tax bank. And there we go. All right, now I've got 1 guy left with whom I could do a thing. And the question is, do I want to do a thing? But I don't think I want to do a thing because it's not going to be terribly helpful. Right now, I'd rather save him for next round when I'm hoping to attack more. So I shall pass. And we'll just see what he does with the rest of his. He wants to fortify. He needs 3. He's got it. So he will take his 3 guys and he will fortify, which is going to give him a power. And he's going to get 2 workers. What was it? A blue and a white. So we'll get those. He's going to do the King's Order. Well, his number 1 is Absolve. So he will do that. He has got enough of that to do it. So, or enough influence, rather. He's going to gain a faith. He's going to get rid of a suspicion. And he's going to pay a debt. So, he's going to have quite a few debts paid, it looks like. Then, he's going to go again. He wants to convert. Well, I think he can. So, convert requires faith. And he's got 6 faith. He wants to convert this guy, which he will do, which gives him 2 power. And that'll go there. So, he's doing pretty good. He's out of guys. That's the end of round 5. All right, here we are, round 6. And this time, if you play a blue one, you pay a provision and you can get an upgrade or a fighter and a cleric. So, this round we've got recruiting, will cost no silver, which is the one I was thinking about going with. Garrisoning, costs no provisions, and hunting gains 2 additional provisions. Remote chance I'll need provisions. I don't think I'm going to do either one of these. I'd probably be more likely to garrison than I would to hunt per se. Although, you know, actually, what does that give me? It gives me, no, because power is the most likely thing that I would need. So I probably won't garrison, but I'll put that die there, and I will do the recruiting one, which will give me another red and one of those. And we got to pick one of these guys. There's plenty of coins left. So, green. That is a tough choice. I like having all the red, but I feel like the blue one might be slightly better. And I get a red anyway. So, we'll do that. Plus my 1 from last turn. And he has a purple in there. So, that gives him the suspicion, which just gives him 2. And now I have to decide. And this is sometimes the hard part of this, is late game, there are way more options. I could use my blue guy for absolving, but I would need more. And right now, fighting is the big thing. And I really, this is such a good, I mean, for 1 provision, you can, I can either get 2 guys, or I can basically upgrade. I want to attack this round, so I will get that. That'll give me a blue, and every time I use it, I get another white, so that gives me quite a few workers. Very, very helpful. Um, so he is going to do King's Order. He wants to absolve. He has to have 7. He does not have 7, so he would then go to attack. And he wants to attack. He wants to attack 1, 2, 3, 4. This one, which will give him one of those. Give him a worker, and it would give him a provision, which will just move that there, and he will. Sorry about that. Do that. All right. Automa's having a pretty good game, I think. I've seen better, but this is looking pretty good for him. So this could be a tough one for me. We'll see if it comes out in my favor. Now, am I ready to attack? Or do I want to get some more of those? That's a good question. I need power for attacking, and right now I have 5. I think attacking will be the best thing. My power is 5. I need to get some guys. Right now he's going to be attacking this way and then going this way. I think I like that. I like that, but this is awfully good. And the reason that that guy is pretty good is because I can destroy my debt, which is helpful. I'm going to do that. All right. So, we're going to pray. Well, he's got one guy over there, so that'll go away. And then he will shuffle. So that was that is a good example of, and I forgot to put that on his pray action there. That's an example of the Automa getting a bad draw, because he really didn't need the pray action at that time. That just takes away his pray action if he would use it down the road. And he's going to end up, that's the kind of turn I want every once in a while. That helps me out. Okay, so we've got that. And let's see. Whew. Some tough choices. Well, I really kind of want to, probably the easiest thing to do is to go ahead and, because this is a freebie, I'll just pray that away. And that'll be a worthwhile turn just for that reason. So now he wants to garrison, which I'm pretty sure he can do. He'll get those 3. He'll take one of these. It's going to increase his faith. And he wants to garrison out as far as he can, I believe, which is based on power, which he is at 9. So he's going to go here, and he is going to pay a debt. His last one to pay. So that's what he's doing. I will go ahead and attack again. And what I forgot to get last time, when I attacked last time, I was supposed to take a provision, and I was supposed to get 1 from here. And I didn't do that. And now I'm attacking again, so I will get another provision and another coin from here. And we're going to attack. And I think I'm going to go ahead and get this one. And that will give me another red, and it'll give me an influence. So, good deal. All right. Okay. What do we got? King's favor. Well, he wants the farthest one. He's going to have to go with that one. So we will give him that, which 1, 2, 3 moves this one up. Whoops. There's a space in between there. Moves that. And that's that. Now, I believe the best option for me is going to be to pay 3 silver. Oh, I don't have it. I can't do it. Just kidding. I need 7 to absolve. So I would need, well, could I commission? Could I commission? Well, I don't have a person there. Now, I need, well, this might be an easy go. I can use this guy to dismiss this guy, and he gives me a priest. So that will help me for next round. Alright, he wants to fortify, which he should be able to do. 7. Yeah, he's got plenty. Gives him a cleric and a regular worker. And, what is it, power? Yeah, we get power. Okay. So now I have my priest. I can put him there. I can pay 2 provisions, which I will do. And that's going to increase my influence 1. And my faith is 4. So I can go out to here. Now, what do I want? Good question. I don't need more red. I don't need those guys. I could potentially use coins. I don't need to get rid of one of those. Well, attacking will end up being helpful. And I don't see any other color of meeple that I need, so I'll just get that. And we'll go over to Automa. King's Order. He wants to absolve. Can he absolve? He's got 7. It takes 7. He will absolve. And that gives him a faith. That gets rid of 1 suspicion. 2 suspicion because he doesn't have a thing to discard. So that is that. Now I am able to take that action with a blue, the absolve action, which will cost me 3. I'll do that. And you know what I did? I think I paid 3 last time, and then I didn't do the action, so I'm going to take that back. I do get another coin, but now I can do this action, which will give me a faith, and I don't need quite a few things there, but one thing I could do is do this prey, and I might be able to attack again. That would be fantastic if he doesn't take my guy. Well, he wants to conspire. So he is going to get 2 coins. Those are the last 2 coins. We're just going to leave him there. He'll just move that. And in fact, we're going to put 3. There's going to be an Inquisition triggered, and he's going to get a debt because he definitely has the most. Does he have 2 of these? No. But he will get 2 workers, which will help him take more turns, sadly. Alright, now I had the fortune to get to pray that guy away, so I am going to then attack this guy, who's going to give me more of that, and 2 workers. Boom. And that's an attack action, so I get a provision and a coin. I'll take it. And then attack action over here. That's going to take 1 guy from him. His power is 12. He's just going to knock this guy off the board. And that will get rid of a suspicion. It'll give him a blue worker. And he will get an influence. And then, this could be interesting. Well, I know I'm going to develop. I'm just going to do that because that helps me. I'll pay 4 coins. And I will take this, which is going to give me a white and a red. And what I'm thinking is, I know that garrison is there, but I don't know how helpful it's going to be. 4, 5, 6, 7 with that paladin. I could also focus on fortifying, which is not bad either, and helps me and gets my power up. I don't really need my faith up. I think I'm going to go with the fortify and make that a little bit better. Okay. King's favor. Well, he's going to raise his lowest one here. And then we'll come over here and all kinds of potential options. But I think I am going to use that fortify action. And we are going to, let's double check. It's going to cost us 1 provision. And it takes 3, we have to have 3 influence, which we do. That's not a problem. And look at that. It gave us a power and a green and a white worker. Well, this is proving to be pretty efficient for me as far as getting workers this round. King's order. He wants to absolve, that's done. He wants to attack, that's done. He wants to commission. So he's going to go here. And commissioning takes faith. He's got plenty of faith up to 9. So he's going to go pray. Pray action is the first thing he tries to take. So we'll just pop those up there. Praying all those guys away. And let's see. We're gonna go black screen here so I can shuffle these a little faster because they're pretty full. And then we'll come back up here. Okay, so now we have prayed. All right. All right. Whew. I've got lots of guys here. So this is kind of wild having so many remaining potential actions. And I've got a decent amount of money. Oh, and I forgot when I fortified last round, I was supposed to get a coin. So I should do that. I don't have a dude to pray. I'm not even sure if I want to pray. I kind of want to just use workers and get down to the 3 left for next round because I don't necessarily need these other ones, but I might need provisions if I fortify again, so I'll go ahead and get 3 provisions. We'll do that. And then his go, he's going to pray. Well, he can't pray, so he's going to trade, which goes there, which puts this up there. Okay. So he's out of workers, so he won't take any more turns. I basically have a turn. I could conspire and then do that, which is tempting, but I don't think I need to take a chance. Plus, I'd have a purple worker I'd have to use. It's probably not worth it just to get a coin. So I'm going to do that. And then I'm going to save those 3 workers for the next round. And we'll see how round 7 goes. Round 7. Okay, so this round we can either do our garrisoning, we could pray, but it costs no silver, or we can convert, and it costs no silver. Now, I have an okay amount of faith for converts. That will increase my faith in that, but the garrisoning will actually allow me to attack further out. So that might end up being the better option, because I do probably Let's see, did I get the king's order with attacking? I've attacked 4. I need to attack at least 1 more. The problem is, one reason why I might consider converting is because I do have 5 power. Converting will give me power, and I only need 1 attack. But converting also gives me potential victory points at end game. And there's a few out here that might be worthwhile. So, plus attacking out, nothing out there is like super awesome that I need to get way out there to attack, and I already have 5 power. So I may just hold off on that, and I might go with converting, because it'll cost me no silver, which saves me a little bit of money. Let's take a shot at that. Now, that gives me a black and a red. And now, what else do I want to do? Well, it'd be nice to have a blue. It'd be nice to have a black. And I got maybe a fortify in there, possibly. Don't necessarily need the fortify. Green, eh. So, kind of a tough call. But you know what? I'm going to give him the chance at getting the debt, because debt is not going to work out as well for me as it will for him. Oh, you know what? Actually, I changed my mind. I'm going to go ahead and get 2 red, a purple, and a white. I am not going to give him the debt. And the reason is, I'll show you in a second. So I will get a suspicion. That'll give me 2 coins. That's fine. The reason is, I'm going to go ahead and use this guy as a blue and pay a provision, so I can put this last one out without having to pay any coins. And if I do end up converting, it's a little cheaper. Although I need more priests, so there is that. But it does give me 1 priest, and I get another guy from my thing. So that's worth it, I think. Alright. So he wants a king's favor. He wants the leftmost king's favor, which is a prey action, which means he doesn't have any cards to shuffle into his well, he's got the cards to shuffle, sorry, but he's just going to get an extra worker because there's no workers. He didn't have any workers on his thing, so we will give him a worker there. And then what do we want to do here? I could get a couple of purples, couldn't hurt, but one of the things I've run into the last couple of times I've played this is I had too many workers at the end of the round, and I don't want to end up in that situation. Also would love to get rid of that suspicion there. And I think one way to do that, oh, I don't have a blue worker, so that's an issue. But what we could do is recruit and dismiss this. Oh, okay. Oh, that's a green worker. I was thinking I could get a blue worker and get rid of 1, but we're going to dismiss this guy. And he's going to give us a blue worker and a white worker. That will work. And we have a recruit action. So he'll do that. He'll dismiss this guy. And there is a good chance that the Automa on this last round is going to end up just moving his track up a few because he'll run out of actions. There's a chance of that. Sometimes he ends up using every action in the last round, but sometimes he ends up running out, especially if he gets a lot of workers. So we may not have to worry too much about that. Let's see. Now I could convert. Commissioning would cost me a little bit, but is it worth it? And what could I do if I commission and use my 2 provisions? Well, I will have the King's Order, which is very good. Um, it's based on faith, which is 5, which means I can only go there. But I could get rid of a suspicion, which is not a bad deal. So I think we're going to kill 2 birds with 1 stone. We will pay for this. That's going to give us influence of 1. And we can go out here. I'm going to go out to there. And I'm just going to get rid of this suspicion. So we don't have to worry about it. Makes that easy. Oh, in order to do that, I had to go here. So no villagers to help me with that one. That's okay. So he wants to fortify. And he's going to go here, here, here. He's way up there. He's got plenty to fortify with. He can't pay a debt. He would get 2 coins. So his power will go up 1. And he would get 2 coins, so that goes there. Sorry if you didn't see it. I might have had the camera wrong, but that moved over too. Because he doesn't actually collect coins. Alright, so... Whew. Man. Well, I've got all the converts available. And my faith is at 5. If I can get it to 6, that would help. And I have to pay 3 coins to absolve. So I think I am going to pay 3 coins. And I'm going to absolve. I need to have 8. I have 8. This is going to actually increase my faith to 6. And there's no suspicion to get rid of, so I don't have to deal with that. I could get another worker, but I really don't need one. I think what's going to help the most is getting my stuff up. So I'm going to get my faith to go up 1 more, and when I absolve, I get a coin from up here. So we'll do that. All right. Convert. So he is going to convert. He wants to convert this one, which he will, and he will get a power. And this late in the game, he's so high, I know he can pretty much get anything he wants at this point. So that's lucky him. Okay. Well, we could convert. And now my faith is 6, so I can get the 1. There was a convert that I wanted over here. That's why I was kind of waiting to do this convert action, because I kind of wanted to get this one. He's pretty good. And converting costs me no coins. It also gives me a power. I will take it. Alright. King's Favor. He wants the middle one. So he's going to go grab that. And he will get 1, 2, 3. And go there. Alright. And... what do we want to do here? Got a lot of things left. Quite a few. I could trigger an Inquisition, which I don't really want to do. I kind of want him to trigger an Inquisition by accident. And that'll give me... so actually I'm going to attack. That's what I'm going to do. And my power is at 6, 7, 6. Just 6. Yeah. Power's at 6. So we can go... we could pay a coin to go here and here if we wanted to attack this far out, which we could. This will get rid of suspicion. That'll give us suspicion and probably cause us to trigger something. But I have extra coins of which I do not necessarily need. So I'm going to do coin, coin, and they just kind of, I think, stay on these slots. And then when something goes there and it moves, the coins will move with them. Actually, I didn't have to put it there. I could have put it there. Because this is as far as I can reach. I put a coin, and I can not need 2 power. I'm going to have to put a coin there because I only have 6. So we're going to do that. And we're going to attack this guy. And the reason is because I want to get 2 influence and get really close to getting that up the board, which is the best bet for doing that. Get me a lot of points. So King's Order. Absolve is what he wants to do most. He has actually completed that. So he would probably attack next, and he has completed that. So he's going to try to complete the one that he hasn't completed yet. So he's going to commission, and that's going to put his influence up 1, and he's going to go out there. He can't get a guy, he can't pay a debt, he's going to pray. That's the next thing he likes to do. So he's going to get all of these guys off of here, and he's going to reshuffle. Sorry, we're going to go black for a second while we reshuffle. Since he got to pray, he doesn't have to do that. So he didn't get a worker. So that's good. He's only down to 3 workers, which means he might not get quite as many actions. We'll see. All right. Oh, and I forgot when I attacked, I was supposed to get a deal in a coin, and the coin was actually supposed to come from here, and since I didn't have suspicion, and he didn't have any suspicion, there's an Inquisition, but everything refills, and nobody gets a debt. Well, this actually proves to be very, very helpful to me, and that is because I want to get 2 purple guys with my white laborer. So I'm going to do that, and that's going to give me 1, 2 suspicion. Well, that gives me 3 coins, but I don't think, I'm hoping that this close to the end it won't matter. He wants to recruit, he can't, he has to pray, nothing to pray, gets a worker, shuffles his deck. That was a waste of a pray action, if you ask me. And now I've got those guys. What do I want to do with it? I kind of need to get, I'm going to have to pray. I'm going to have to do that. So I'll pay 2 coins, and there's no pray action on the commission, but I could get workers that are helpful. Question is, what's going to be the most helpful thing? I could absolve, or attacking more, or converting. Let's see how many of these I have. Well, this is tough. What would I want to pray away? The convert action is tempting. The attack action is tempting. Commission is tempting. Commission has potential to give me more points, but Fortify also has good potential to get me more points. So I want to get my faith and my power up. I wonder if Absolve would not be the best option. I kind of think Absolve is going to be my best option. So I'm going to pray that away. He wants to fortify, which he will do with his final worker. Oh, it gives him 2 more workers. Ugh. And his power can't go up any further. So he's stuck there. All right. Well, I think there's a couple of things I'm going to do here. Absolve's going to get faith up. And get rid of suspicion. Yeah. I will absolve. Pay 3 coins. Use my last one. Get rid of a suspicion. So I have 2. I'll just get rid of both of those. And that's going to get my faith up to that 9-point area. And when I absolve, I get a coin. So I'll do that. And that's it. Oh yeah, he can do a King's Favor. There's only 1 King's Favor, and he's going to do that. So that's it. Now, well, I might be in a position where I have to do something I don't want to do. Because I can either pass, but I have more actions I can take. And I don't want to pass just yet. I'm just stuck with all these red fellas here. Although, because I'd really like that Inquisition to be triggered so I don't end up with a debt at the end of the game. That's what I'm trying to avoid. But one thing I could do is just take a coin and see if he will trigger an Inquisition before I conspire. So he's going to convert, but he doesn't have a guy. He's going to trade. That's going to give him one of those, and he did not trigger it. So what that means is I'm stuck. I'm going to conspire because it's probably be worth the points. It is going to trigger an Inquisition. I'm the only one with anything, so I'm going to get a debt. And I also get a purple guy. Fantastic. Alright. And then he is going to... Oh, he has no more workers, so he can't do anything. Okay. I conspired. I basically have 1 action left that I can do anything with. And that action is probably going to be to garrison. I could fortify, cost me 2 provisions, get my power up 1. If I garrison, it gets my faith up. But I would have to get my power up 2, and there's no guarantee that would happen. So garrisoning will probably give me the best option because it costs me a provision, and what we'll do, it's going to increase my faith, so that's two points I'll get going from 9 to 11. That's great. But my power is at 6, and so I can go out to here. If it was at 7, that would be nice, but it's not. It just means, well, there's a remote chance. What I can do is get a green. Garrisoning gives me nothing but fortify. If I use my last action to fortify and pay, it looks like the last 2 provisions I have, then I can fortify to here. Gives me a power, and it gives me 1 worker and an endgame victory point. That 1 worker is not going to do anything for me. So, that's it. Okay, so we'll do end game scoring here. We'll see how I did. I got 16, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 32, 33, 34. Let's see. Um, Got to take off 3 for the debt, so 31 again. 32, 33, 45, 67, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. And then 1 for each of those that I got out, 46, 47, 48, 49. And then I got 50, 51, 53, 45, 56, 57. Did I get all the attacks? I had to do 5. I did. 59, 61, 63, 67 with the commission. So I got 60. I scored 67. Pretty sure I did not beat the Automa on this round. 67. So he got 20, 30, 40, 52. 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 1 per every 4, 60, 61, 62, at least 63, 64, 65, 66, 1 per paid debt, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71. 71. So 67 to 71. I forgot that. 72. Because he had that one. So 67, 72. It was not a great game, but I was close. So that is the Paladins solo version. It takes a bit of time. If you watched this whole video, you kind of saw how long it took. But that Automa, I think, reflects more so than most other Automa games the feeling of playing against an actual player. It's a very satisfying feeling when you beat the Automa. I probably should have gotten another card here that might have helped me out earlier, or I think in this last round I did not use my actions as well as I could have. I think I could have done a better job and maybe pulled ahead of the Automa if I had. But it was close. So that is Paladins of the West Kingdom Solo. And if you haven't played it, definitely encourage giving it a try. And have a great day from Unraveled Gaming.